Yo, what's good, y'all? Alright, so today I want to cover what I call the Yono incident. Now, my Yono series will be posted after this video, but first, I want to explain my experience with Yono Arc. Now, this included well over 300 cheaters being on the cluster. We were unable to run any OSDs or any lava golem or any PvP settings every single time we got aimbotted. Now, the next thing is admin spawning in loot. Now, this wasn't just for other tribes. I have it on video of one admin named Joshy spawning us in over 5,000 element. I thought that was fucking crazy. It was like day 3 at the time, but hey, that is what it is. Now, admins also being biased towards donations, people who donate a lot of money. And everything I'm saying here is backed by screenshots, Illuminati's, or just straight up admins admitting to this. So I'm not doing any speculation in this video. And the final one, well, there's not, there's a lot more. But the final main point is the enabling of duping for money. If you played on Yono Arc, you know what I mean. Structure stacked to 1,000, and with duping being super easy, there's no dupe bot, nothing. What they do is they allow people to dupe, and then they start banning people, and then they sell their bases with money. Now that's fine because they're duping, right? Well, no, because they include this dupe loot inside the auction, so they're selling the dupe loot, and I don't know. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Wipe day. The biggest server on Windows 10 Arc wipes with over 1,400 active players. The first few hours were fine, but that's to be expected. Then the first instance of cheating hit us. Aimbotters. If we wanted to go to Lava Golem, you had to bring a beer, a transmitter, and like 14 or 15 sets of helmets. Now, every server has cheaters, but the lack of admin support paired with incompetence meant that cheaters were going unpunished. Out of the 7 times we went to Lava Golem or OSDs, we were aimbotted a total of 7 out of those 7 times, or 100% of the time. We got to the point where the guy who kept aimbotting us, we ended up finding his Discord and hiring him for protection. We would pay him with in-game items to make sure he didn't aimbot us and to stop other aimbotters from coming and spinning us. So, did we make tickets about this? Did we try to get them banned? Of course we did. And what happened to those tickets? Well, Tyler himself, the owner of Yono Arc, said we were being delayed because we made too many tickets about this. So, I don't know what else you guys want us to do. Alright, the next thing was duping. Now, everyone had their own duper, or they had dupe loot. This Pearl Cave raid I'm about to show you guys, they consistently had 300 to 500 metal structures every single time we killed them. Now, this wasn't a Fibercraft. This actually was Yono Arc, a 15x. It wasn't nothing crazy. And to be running out with 500 metal foundations every time you die, I mean, I'm not a professional, like I'm not, no speculation, but I'm pretty sure that's some major duping to me. Besides that, every single raid we did had dupe loot. This actually was one of the things that got us banned. Because apparently you're not allowed to keep dupe loot. Now, we did despawn it. This raid, the 6,000 tech gens, 15,000 C4, obviously this was duped. We dropped all of it. Now, what we didn't know was the mechs, that they were also duped, and that's what kind of fucked us up. Now, do I think it's kind of scummy keeping dupe loot? Of course it is, but if every single base is going to have dupe loot and the admins aren't going to do anything about it, I mean, like, this is not, is it on the player for keeping some of the dupe loot on accident, or is it on the admins for not getting rid of the dupe loot? It just takes one spectator mode to go through every single big base and look at the deadies, and there you go. But I mean, I guess it was our fault, right? So what the admins have to do about all this duping? Well, first of all, they made the stack size of all these structures, all these metal stacks in 50,000. You can have 1,000 clone chambers in one stack, and dupers live off of high stack sizes. So unfortunately, they weren't doing anything like helping us. Now, ticket support maybe, well, it took 15 hours to get a reply from a ticket, so there was someone aimbotting you or meshing you, well, you better survive for another 15 to 20 hours. Not including that, what they would do if they ever catch a duper, which they would sell their base for money. Now, this is kind of common on Windows 10, so I mean, it's not a big deal. Now, but when they have the power to pick and choose whose bases they want to sell, it makes them like be really, I don't know, trigger happy on the ban, I would say. And I believe this is what was happening here. We had the singular admin ban all five or six tribes in a single night. In the span of 1 hour, the 5 biggest tribes were banned. Now, the reasons, we raided with someone who wasn't our tribe, one person as a duo raid, and unfortunately, we didn't know that everything that from that base was duped, so we dropped most of it, but unfortunately, we kept the mechs, and that's what got us banned. So yeah, fuck you, OP, you a bitch, by the way. And then besides that, let's see, so over 30 bases were sold, which means damn near 200 players who were playing this cluster. Most of them were probably cheating, I'll give them that. Some of them probably weren't, but most of them were. Over 200 players had their bases sold for money. That's a lot of fucking money. That's 20, was it? The average base went for 200. Over 30 bases were sold in the first 5 days alone. That's a lot of money, y'all. So I'm just, putting this out here that now you can't trust these admins. They do a lot of things for more self-interest, for filling their own pockets than for the player base. So be careful on what you're buying. Now, these rules about duping are only applicable to some people. There's someone, and of course I'm not gonna include any names. I'm trying to be an unbiased opinion. Now, while I did get banned, I'm still trying to be an unbiased source and not let my own personal feelings go in the way. But anyways, so there's this one player who shall not be named, but Unfortunately, after even though we had a screenshot of him admitting to duping, the only other response that we got from this admin was any more proof. Unfortunately, there's just he had donated well over $200 on this pipe alone, and I mean, I see it from a business standpoint. Why would you remove the person who's donated so much money when it's just a minor infraction to them, which is simply just duping? Now, unfortunately, I don't. I have no idea what happened to this. I'm not sure if Tyler, the owner, was even aware of this. But to my knowledge, this person is still not banned, even though there is physical, visual proof of him saying I was duping, which is right here, shown below. But besides that, there's also more of him breaking more rules, and then the admin was just simply saying, "Allow this dono guy to speak, and I'll take care of it." Fortunately, I don't have a screenshot for that. I had the screenshot, but I don't know where it went, so you just gonna have to take my word for it. But yeah, so obviously these admins are allowed to be pick and choosing who they want to be banned. And the next part is that when they sell these bases, which most likely have dupe loot, they sell the dupe loot with it. So they obviously have no problem with the dupe loot being given to someone else, but you just simply have to pay money for those dupe loot. Alright, y'all. So this is just a few things that, like I said, this is just my experience with the Yono Arc. I might just be complaining, I might just be crying. So I don't know. I try to be as unbiased as possible. I showed everything I showed you was back with screenshots. So please take what I said into consideration. If not, oh well. Like I said, it's just my experience. Now I will be posting a series for Yono Arc, and I will be hosting my own server, Piggeh 3-man, Piggeh Trios actually. So if you're interested in an actual server where there's not a lot of cheating, we have really good admin support, 24/7 events, and so much more. I will leave the invite in the Discord below. Now, like I said, I will be posting my Yono series also. Should have a lot of episodes. We do a lot of really good raids. I had a lot of fun. Well, until we got banned. But if you're excited to see that, please consider leaving subscribe, hitting the like button. It'd really help out. Comment would help too. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.